Dear HabitatControl users, with this short video we would like to show you how to configure and calibrate your sensors. There are two different ways to get into the configuration menu for the sensors. The first and the easiest way is to click the connector overview. Here you get an overview about all your connectors, and just by clicking on one you can configure it. Now we will show you the second way to reach the configuration overview. We will go back to the home screen of the HabitatControl. The second way is to click the configuration menu. Just go to sensors, and here again you will see an overview about all your sensors. By selecting one of the sensors, for example the temperature sensor, you will get all sensors available, and by selecting one you can configure it. Now we will show you how to configure the temperature sensors. First of all, you need to define the devices. By clicking the devices button, you will get the configuration sheet for the devices. For example, for water. Just click the select button and you can select your device. Now we are back in the temperature sensors overview. Now you can define sensor 1. Just select it, and now you can define minimum and maximum values. Just select the minimum value button and define the minimum temperature. For example, 24 degrees. Just click the return button to save your changes. Now we will do the same for the maximum value. For example, 28 degrees, return. Now, last but not least, we will define the hysteresis. For example, 0.5 degrees. Again, click the return button. And that's it. Now temperature sensor 1 is defined. Minimum and maximum values are important to get an alarm once the values are reached. Now we can move on with the configuration of the next sensor. We will go back to the home screen, go into the connectors overview, and we can now start to configure the level sensors. For example, level sensor 3. First of all, you need to calibrate the level sensor. Therefore, click on Calibration, click on Empty, now it's calibrated. Click on Next, and you can start with the full button. Now it's calibrated again. Again, click on Next, and as you can see with the green arrow, it's calibrated. It's important now to click on Save to save your work. Now, similar to the temperature sensors, you can define minimum and maximum values, also the hysteresis. To define the minimum value, click the minimum button. Here you can define a percentage. For example, 40%. Click on Return to save. For the maximum value, type in your maximum value in percentage and click the Save button. To define the hysteresis, again enter your percentage and click the Return button. Now we have finished the configuration of level sensor 3. Let's go back to the home screen and you will see that level sensor 3 is ready to work. If one of the minimum or maximum values is reached, you will get an alarm like this. Just click on the alarm button and you will see what happened. You will get more detailed information about the alarm system and the alarm functions overview, and just select one of the BNC pins, for example BNC pin 1. First of all, you need to define the type by clicking the Type button. Click on pH to define it as a pH probe. Click on Save. Now it's saved. Now you need to calibrate your probe by clicking the Calibration button. First, put your probe into the calibration solution and then click on the corresponding button. Now you can see it's calibrated. Click on Next and you will get into the calibration overview again. Now you can do these steps for the calibration solution 7 and 10 with the same steps. Now the calibration of your probes is done. To save your work, just click on the Save button. You need to know that you usually have to wait up to 30 seconds to calibrate or to get your calibration values. Again, you can define minimum and maximum values and the hysteresis. Again, you have to go into the minimum overview, type in your minimum value and click on Return. The same with the maximum value. Click on Return and define your hysteresis value. By entering the minimum and maximum values, the alarm function is activated. Now we are done with the configuration of the pH probe. We will continue with the configuration of the ORP probe. Therefore, we will go back to the home screen, select the connectors overview, and we will select the BNC pin 2, for example. First of all, you need to define the type by clicking the Type button. Select ORP and click on Save. To calibrate your probe, go again on the Calibration button and continue with the same steps that we have done for the pH probe. The same will be with minimum and maximum values. Here you need to define your minimum and maximum value and also the hysteresis value. Now we will continue with the configuration of the dissolved oxygen probe. Again, we will go into the home screen, go into the connector overview, and we will select BNC pin 3. Here again, we first of all define the type. We will select our type of probe and click on Save. If you go on Calibration, you will see for this type of probe no calibration is required. Again, you can define minimum and maximum values as we have done for the pH probe. Last but not least, we will show you how to configure the EC probe. Again, go to the home screen and go into the connectors overview. Select the remaining BNC pin 4. Here again, select the type. As you can see, the choices are different in this type of probe, only for EC. Here you can select the EC probe that you are using, the K10 up to 1000 millisiemens, K1 up to 100 millisiemens, and so on. Just select one type and click on Save. To calibrate your probe, go again into the Calibration menu and you will see that there are 3 steps to calibrate your probe. The steps are the same as shown in the pH probe, therefore we will not show it right here. There's only one difference. If you have selected a different EC probe, for example the K1 probe, you will see in the calibration menu that there are only 2 steps available. This is due to the different range for this type of probe. Again, you have the possibility to define minimum and maximum values to get the alarm function, also the hysteresis value. So that's it to configure the EC probe. Now you are done with the configuration of all sensors. Once you go back to the home screen, you will see all configured values. Thank you for your attention. You will find more videos about HabitatControl on our YouTube channel.